try to do a story about once a year. I'm the surrogate owner here, and that's why we're not going to score this, because you guys are tough judges anyway. I want to tell you about probably the most frightening night in my life. But it's a story in two parts, and the first part occurs about 15 years before the scary part. And the first part is I'm sitting at a football game with a mother of twin boys. The twin boys are named Adam and Nate, and they play on two different teams. One of which is a team that my son plays on, and one of which is the team, the most prestigious school in Washington, D.C., where we were living. And in these days, the school that I was at, we probably never won a game in 20 years. And then finally, one year, we have this wonderful 7th, 8th grade team. And so this is a game of these two wonderful teams. It's the last game of the year, and both teams are undefeated. So I'm sitting next to Gayla, and the score. This story is so bizarre that you're really going to think I made this up, but this is no lie. It's 2020, and it's going to be. You see the clock going, and we're in a real football stadium. And you know, these kids are all wearing pads and stuff, and our quarterback goes back, and passes the ball to Adam, who's the guy on our team. Now Adam's sprinting down the sidelines, and Nate, his twin brother, on the other team is playing defensive safety, and he's sprinting to catch Adam. And I'm sitting with Gayla, who's the mother of these boys, and she's going, "Go Adam! Go Nate! Go Adam! Go Nate! Go Adam!" I thought she was going to have a heart attack. Well, that's the first part of the story. I'm not going to tell you that it ended in a tie. Nate scored Adam, but it was this incredible experience of watching this mama go crazy. And I understood it, because my kid was on one of those teams, and I wanted, so, okay. 15 years later, Sally, my bride, is Peace Corps director in Zimbabwe, and the First Lady is making a visit, and she brings her daughter, who's a student at this more prestigious school, right? And Sally had taught at that prestigious schools, as well as having taught at the school that all our kids went to. So she was asked to be kind of a control agent for the president's daughter. Nice kid. And we were asked then to have a dinner for her at our house. Now, of course, it's a small community, expat community, and so Sally asked me if I would be in charge of the dinner, which I thought was quite a privilege. And we're going to have a Peace Corps, about 5 Peace Corps volunteers, each of whom are bringing a girl who is going to be a senior at their high schools. And they were going to put on a skit for the First Lady the next day, and they were in our house preparing the skit, and they saved a spot in their play for Chelsea. So anyway, we're having. Sally said, make dinner. It was, besides all those kids, there was some of the dignitaries from the embassy were there. And so I put together what I thought was a great spread. I was probably getting ready to run this place. I had roast beef and ham, about 4 or 5 meats and wonderful salads, I thought. And then Chelsea comes in, and she goes to the school that wasn't the school that my son went, was the other school. So I said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this experience. I'm going to tell Chelsea this story. She'll like the story. And she'll probably giggle and say, oh, that's a cute story. I think kind of like you giggled. And so I tell her this story, and she looks at me. And I said, okay, that was a dud story. So I said, well, let's go eat. What do you do when you Zero. So I bring her into this spread. Of course, the Secret Service had been in there. They almost cleaned out the place. These guys are big, and they eat a lot. So I said to Chelsea, well, what do you like? And she says, well, you know, I'm a... Whatever she said, I had never heard of it. Like, it wasn't a vegan, but it was like a more vegan than vegan, whatever that is. And she doesn't eat meat, and she didn't eat the vegetable dishes that I had. And she couldn't eat products like eggs and milk. And of course, I got salads with mayonnaise in them, and I'm thinking, this is incredible. This is, what am I going to do? And I didn't have... But, you know, I'm really sort of pissed off at the kid because she hadn't laughed at my story, right? So I said, well, she said, what's that? So I made a carrot raisin salad, which was, my kids used to like when they were little. You know, it had lots of sugar and stuff, and all the stuff that she doesn't eat, like mayonnaise. She said, what's that made with? And of course, I lied, and I said, that's made with yogurt. She said, I can eat that. I said, oh, good. So she made a big mound of this salad, and she ate it up, and she went home. Well, I have to tell you, that was the worst night of my life, because all night, what do you think I did? I dreamt that I had killed the president's kid. I woke up with the worst sweats that you have ever heard about. And of course, so when I thought of that today when I walked down the street and saw ghostly things, and I thought, you want to talk about ghosts, you want to talk about fear, try to kill the president's kid.